Welcome back to the SHW Off-Road Daily Drop. The Daily Drop is a series we do every single day, all about vehicle-based adventure travel. I'm Jake. I'm with SHW Off-Road. We are one of the leading manufacturers in the U.S. For vehicle storage solutions. But today we are talking all about vertical versus horizontal drawer systems. We offer them both. We sell them both. We manufacture them both. And we like them both for different reasons and maybe in different scenarios. So we're going to dive right in. Pros of a vertical setup, of why a lot of people want to go that way. Number one, it gets your fridge lower. Okay, whether you're having clearance issues or you're just worried about accessing the contents of the fridge, being able to get your fridge on the cargo floor and then have like a drawer stack on the other side, whether that's a 2 or 3 stack or just a big 1 stack, it helps to get your fridge lower and it really improves access. If we check out what we call the Summit series, you can see kind of how this works. So we do a drawer slide on one side, you tell us where you want the fridge slide on one side, you tell us what side of the vehicle that is on, and then we do a drawer stack on the other side. We do this in the ultralight series with our UHMW strips and stuff. But you can see, instead of putting the fridge up on the deck of a drawer system, you get it way down low on the floor of the cargo area. So access to the fridge is way easier in a vertical stack like that. It also works better. Another big reason people go with what we call the Summit configuration, all that means is it's a vertical stack with the fridge on the floor. It's a vertical orientation drawer system. The second reason a lot of people go for a setup like that is because they're working in crossovers, right? Or just smaller SUVs that have really small hatch openings. What that means for them is it's really difficult to squeeze a fridge on the deck of the drawer and then have it slide out because it's going to contact the hatch opening. So a lot of people go with a stack like that so that they can have the 2 drawers and so the fridge without the fridge colliding with the hatch. It's common on like Jeep Grand Cherokee, Subarus, RAV4s, some others. A lot of the full-size SUVs that we support, though, there's plenty of headroom, right? So Fitch and 4Runner, all the Land Cruisers, the GXs, there's quite a bit of headroom. Usually you can run even our ultralight with a fridge bolted to the top of it and still have plenty of headroom. But that's a big reason why a lot of people might go with the Summit configuration or vertical stack as opposed to the traditional horizontal. But so those are a couple reasons why you might go with a vertical stack. Some of the reasons that we love horizontal and others really like horizontal, I find they're more efficient in this space they use. And let me explain. I think it'll be easier maybe to show you, but usually the most wasted space in a vehicle is the vertical space, right? I'm talking about the space from the floor to the ceiling. It's really hard to fill all that space, safely and still be able to operate the vehicle and stuff. So if you build a drawer system that kind of allows you to utilize that space better, usually you can be more efficient with the space you use up, right? So as an example, on our ultralight system, putting the 2x2 drawers the drawers side by side on the floor, you're forced to put your fridge and other bins and totes up here. And so what you're doing at that point is you are utilizing the vertical space of the truck better, right? Whereas with a vertical setup, yeah, you're utilizing the vertical space in the drawer stack, but you put the fridge on the floor and it's harder to use the space up to the ceiling, okay? Now, you can kind of do that with like a fridge enclosure so that you can stack gear on top of the fridge and stuff, but it's still going to waste quite a bit of space. I find it wastes more space running a fridge with an enclosure than having 2 drawers side by side with a fridge on top. So that's my take on that. I find that typically if your vehicle can accommodate it, a horizontal drawer system setup usually is a little more efficient in the space that it uses. But other than that, it also helps keep your gear low, whereas the Summit series keeps your fridge low. The normal horizontal kind of systems keeps all your gear low to the cargo floor, and I find there's a lot more going on in the drawers, so I like having everything down low. Whereas a fridge Yeah, it's a little higher being on the deck of the drawer system, but there are solutions around that. And really, I access the fridge less than most of the gear in my drawers. But it's very easy to add a drop fridge slide or a tilt fridge slide to accommodate a horizontal drawer system. So I like having my gear low as opposed to my fridge. And at this point, now that my wife has used like tilt fridge slides and stuff, she agrees with me. Lastly, and really most important for a lot of people, is a horizontal drawer system can accommodate a sleep system. That's not true for a vertical stack usually. Now there might be some outliers out there, but when you stack a drawer system like this, you cannot run, in most vehicles, a sleeping platform up to the back of the front seats. Whereas on an ultralight system that is in the typical horizontal configuration, as you can see, you can run a platform all the way to the back of the front seats, right? So that's a really big one for a lot of people. If they want to sleep in their vehicles, you almost have to go with the horizontal orientation in your drawer system. So that's my take. It's a quick one. If you've got more thoughts to add, let us know. Add it to the comments. Tomorrow we're going to talk about something I very briefly just touched on: tilt fridge slides versus drop fridge slides. I've got a few thoughts on them, and I would love to hear yours as well. But as always, let us know what you want to hear next. Otherwise, thanks again for watching today, and we'll see you tomorrow. All right, bye-bye.